to make this video to remind myself that I need to play my ES335 more, and so this is a little bit of a love letter to the ES335.
This channel is supported by TrueFire. TrueFire is an online library of lessons from some of my favourite players. There's thousands of lessons on there. You can use the promo code JNC40 to get 40% off of any of their courses.
I was gigging with my buddy Jake the other day. It was a trio gig, so 2 guitars and a singer, Amy. I was kind of thinking about like what should I take to that gig, like what's the right gear for that gig, and I decided that the ES335 was the ideal guitar. I took my Matchless Lightning clone amp with the Mesa Boogie speaker, and I just had an HX effects which was running like reverb and a very light boost at points, and it was actually, I think, pretty much the perfect rig for that gig. It reminded me that I should be playing my ES335 more. The story of how I got into an ES335 kind of starts quite late into my guitar playing. I had some jazz guitars, I've done videos on those before, like full hollows like the Ibanez PM35 and Epiphone ES175, that sort of thing. But the ES335 came a little bit later to me. I had an ES339 in that sort of jazz phase, which I then sold, and then the Sire Larry Carltons came along, and I tried a couple of those and kind of got into the idea of an ES335 a little more, particularly by playing Paul from up the roads. I played his Gibson ES335 on the channel. It was probably one of the first Gibsons, A, that I played, and B, that I played on the channel for sure. Eventually, this Tokai UES130 TB came up on eBay, and I just fell in love with the look of it. It's a nitro one. This one, you know, not all Tokais are, but this is, and also feels really quite lightweight, and that's where I think an ES335 can be really nice, because it's obviously quite a big sort of body relative to like a Strat or Telly, but if you get a lightweight one, you kind of get the benefit of it being like that semi-hollow vibe. Anyway, so what does it sound like? So I'm playing now into Helix Native, into the Glassy Plexi preset. For me, the ES335, a lot of what I love about it is the bridge pickup. I think it took me a while to figure out that with a humbucking guitar like a Les Paul or an ES335, it's kind of the opposite of where I'd hang out on a Strat. On a Strat, I'd often be hanging out on the neck pickup. The other way round for the Les Paul and the ES335, I think gets you a bit less of the kind of muddiness. Now in the middle position with the neck rolled back slightly. Here, it's basically doing that thing that I did a video on where I saw Justin Ostrander talk about. In this middle position, just dialing it back, the neck just a bit. Get a bit more clarity. It's a little bit more mellow than your bridge pickup. It's also one of the most rewarding guitars I find to play unplugged, with nothing. It doesn't necessarily, although it's not actually like an acoustic design. And not at all limited in terms of what genre you could play on ES335, right? You could play your rock on it, you could play your blues on it, you could play your jazz on it, you play your country on it, you can play your soul on it, your Motown on it. You can do basically whatever you like, and that's what I think is so great about the ES335. It's not really limited in any sense. Like, people don't really have expectations about what you're going to play on it. I guess maybe it looks like a little bit of an old style of guitar in some ways, but I think also with that kind of classic as well. Yeah, I just wanted to remind myself that I should play it more. So if you want to check out that preset, that's the Glassy Plexi 2024, and I need to remind myself to play my ES335 more. Cheers.